Hey, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing well, and if not, I hope in some way I can help your day be a little better. How'd you like that? I was trying something new, slightly different tone and inflection. I don't know. Speaking of new, I'm probably going to do a new short video series and take a slight break from the art videos, do a short video series where I just reflect on it. It's not reviews, it's like just kind of reflections on some old bionicle stuff. But anyway, you'll see that in a later video. On to the art video. Yes. So I was doing a little more concept art. Wanted to try out the art style I did in the last video, with the character sitting in the cave, waiting out the rain. This time the character is dragging the boat through the desert. Oh. I just realized I made a mistake. Yeah, well, I guess it's alright. It's not too bad. If any of you notice the mistake I made, leave it in the comments, and I'll pin the right answer, I guess, or just maybe mention it or something, I don't know. Anyway. So, if I do end up making this into like a video, I don't think I'll be able to do this desert scene, because obviously I don't have any, well, maybe not so obviously, I don't know where you're watching from, but where I live there aren't any deserts. There are some beaches, but then you see water, and I didn't draw any water in here. But anyway, it's just concept art, and I just wanted to try out the art style again. So you may have noticed that the the line work on the character doesn't quite match the sketch, but that's okay, you know. It's part of the process, is just making things, seeing what works and what doesn't, and changing it where it does and doesn't, or whatever, you know. Whatever works. But I used to do some concept work for another idea I had, called Written in the Desert Sand. I used to do minimalistic desert scenes like this, kind of. There was another one I used to do. It was like on a desert planet. I don't remember if that even ever got a name. Anyway. So something interesting about this one, similar to the last one, I was doing it at the same time that I was using my secondary screen to listen to and watch some PowerPoint video things for some schoolwork, video lecture things for schoolwork. So I was actually, since I had to use my secondary screen, I wasn't able to use the screen on my drawing pad, so I actually had to look at the laptop screen instead of the screen on the drawing pad. So that presented another challenge for me, but it's alright. You may notice that I changed the colors of the character, and I just wanted to try some new colors, you know. Blue hair and blue eyes, why not? But it's not really green, it's kind of turquoise-ish, I guess. It's not really blue, it's almost purple a little bit. I kept the purple boots, and now the mittens and the headband are purple, and why there's a pencil in the hat or headband thing. I don't know. Maybe the character likes to draw. You may notice that the landscape... Oh yeah, on the other thing, since I was using greenish hues in the character, I decided to change the boat to red instead of the green hue that it was previously. So you may notice that the background, what I did was I just colored in the entire background one solid color. And honestly, I think that kind of works. But I also wanted to play with a little bit more color. I did do some blending on the sky, kind of make it look like, I don't know, the sun's about to rise or set already or something, because it's lighter at the horizon. And then I just kind of used a darker color to make sort of shading, I guess, in the sand and the desert. And for the giant spaceship thing that's crashed into the mountainside, yeah, I used the same brushes that I did in the last video, along with the smudging tool a couple times. I think I'm actually using the smudging tool here to kind of crispen up the edges and stuff. So the key to coloring in this art style, I would say, is to use more kind of faded colors, because if you use bright, saturated primary colors, it's going to look cheesy and like it was done in Photoshop. Oh, not Photoshop, this is being done in Photoshop. In Paint, it's going to look like, you know, something you might have colored in Paint. And it'd be kind of abrasive on the eye. But this way, with these more faded, muted colors, well, faded and muted to a point, and less primary colors, it actually ends up looking pretty decent, even though there's not like a whole lot of color detail. And I don't even do shading on the character for the most part. Yeah, it turns out looking pretty decent with the heavy inking and stuff. And like I said in the last video, it's kind of inspired by Jean Girard, I think that's how you say his name, but the French comic book artist Mobius. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this piece turned out, even though I noticed a second mistake. Let me know if you noticed them in the comments. Alright, have a good day. Bye. See you later.